But soft! What light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon. Oh, she is speaking but says nothing. Her eyes talk. I will answer it. Oh, I am too bold. It is not to me she speaks. See how she leans her cheek upon her hand? Oh, I wish I were a glove upon that hand, so I might touch her cheek.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny your father and refuse your name. Or, if you will not, swear you will be my love, and I will get rid of my name, Capulet.
Shall I hear more, or shall I speak?
It is not your name that is my enemy. Your name is just your name. It does not make you who you are. A rose by any other name would still smell as sweet. Give up your name, and take me as your wife.
I'll take you at your word. Agree to marry me, and I'll be newly baptized, and never again be known as Romeo Montague.
Who is there?
I do not know how to tell you who I am. My name is an enemy to you.
My ears have hardly heard you speak, but are you not Romeo and a Montague?
Not if you don't want me to be.
How did you get here? Tell me, and why? The orchard walls are high and hard to climb, and the place death, considering who you are. If any of my relatives find you here.
Love gave me wings to fly over the orchard wall. No one can hold back love.
If anyone finds you here, they'll murder you.
I have a night's darkness to hide me, and love to protect me. I would rather die than not know if you loved me.
Oh, it is a good thing it is dark, or you would see me blushing for saying right away that I loved you. We really should be taking this more slowly.
I swear I love you.
Do not swear. It is too fast, too much like lightning. We should wait and let our love grow.
Will you leave me so unsatisfied?
What satisfaction can you have tonight?
Your answer to this question. Will you marry me?
Oh, I already said I would, but I wish I could take it back so I could say it again.
Oh, I think this is a dream.
Someone is calling. I have to go.
Lovers go toward love like kids going home, but lovers part like kids when they have to go to school.
Oh, I wish you were a bird on a string, so that every time you tried to fly away, I could pull you back.
Sweet, I wish I was that bird too.
Parting is such sweet sorrow, that I shall say good night till it be morrow. Good night, good night, good night. All right, so I'm going to talk to you today about understanding the language in Romeo and Juliet. So one famous line from this balcony scene is when Juliet says, "Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo?" And a lot of people think that means where are you Romeo? But wherefore actually means why. So what she's asking is, why are you Romeo? Like, why can't you be somebody else who's not my enemy? Another word that is kind of confusing is the word would, because sometimes it means wish. Like Juliet says that to Romeo, "I would you were a bird." And what she really means is, I wish you were a bird. So that if you were a bird tied to a string, I could pull you back to me every time that you had to leave me. Another kind of strange word is thither, like in this. Will to dinner thither. Okay, so thither means there. So will to dinner thither means we'll go to dinner there. And similar to thither is whither, which means where, and and hither, that means here. So maybe you've heard people say before, come hither, means come here. Sometimes the reason that it's kind of confusing to understand Shakespeare is because of the word order. So a lot of students ask me, did people talk like that back then? Well, not really, because Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet is written in a poetic form. So it has to have 10 beats per line, right? We talked about that. So he has to like move words around so that they fit 10 beats per line and have that unstressed beat. So in this one, by whose direction foundest thou out this place? Okay, maybe that's not the way they would say it. Maybe they would say, how did you find this place? But he needed it to fit into the 10-syllable pattern. So he said, by whose direction, like who gave you directions to find out this place. So foundest has a ST, and a lot of the words would have a ST or a TH on the end. Just pretend it's not there. By whose direction found thou is you, found you out this place. Okay, so all the thous are yous. Okay, and the thys and thines are yours, and the these are yous. So as you're reading, if you replace those words with your or you, it'll make more sense. Okay, and again, it has to have 10 syllables. Hence will I to my ghostly sire's close cell. Hence will I to my ghostly sire's close cell. 10. So Shakespeare sometimes had to shorten things to fit it in there. Okay, so the word hence, in case you're wondering, means for this reason. For this reason will I go to my ghostly sire, who is his spiritual advisor, in this case the friar. Close cell, which means little room. So because we're going to get married, I have to rush off to the friar's cell to make, or his little room, to make the arrangements. He says this at the end of the scene. Okay. Here's another one that's 10 syllables. I should have been more strange, I must confess. That's Juliet. She says, I should have been more strange, or I should have not been so forward when I was saying that I loved you. But then she says, but I had to be, because, but that thou overheardest ere I was ware. But you overheard me ere, before, I was aware. I should have been more strange, more, what do I say? More subtle about you, about my love for you, but I didn't know you were standing there. Okay? And so actually this is 11 syllables, so when Shakespeare was writing it out, he was like, rats, that's 11 syllables, what am I going to do? So what he does with overheardest, so it's not overheardest, 4 syllables, he just drops one out and puts an apostrophe there. So now it's overheardest. Okay, so he shortens the syllables so that it makes 10. So if sometimes you see a random apostrophe in there, it's because he's dropping a syllable so that each line is 10 syllables. Some other words that are helpful to know. I means yes, like I, captain. And alack means alas, or unfortunately. And then also tis is like it is. So there's an assignment that goes with this video. It's on understanding Shakespeare's language. So hopefully some of the stuff that you learned in here will help you out. But there'll also be a key with some of the words we talked about so that you can decode some of the language from this scene in Romeo and Juliet. Good night.